Undercover Carson, secret agent. Operation Deathray, an assignment in Rio.
Seemed that I'd come on a one-way trip, all right. And it seemed an age instead of only months since I'd met the dark and ravishing Fay Corelli in a Rio night spot. And so the first of the bewildering personalities of the grim hunt. But now I knew 3 airliners had mysteriously vanished. Now I'd seen the frightening destruction caused by the ray. And now I was a prisoner of Julius Grant, Sir Giles Davenport's renegade friend, one of Charco's top men. Sally Bruin, revealed now as a disgruntled actress Melinda Cowan, had played the part of a decoy again, and so I was trapped. Grant led me along a narrow jungle path until we came to some ancient ruins on the mountainside. Before sending young Angela back to Herman Nagel, another double-crosser it seemed, we'd seen the ruins, but they were camouflaged from the air. Inside, I realized that they'd been occupied for a considerable time. From the window, I could see the scorched mountainside opposite, the grey ash that was once towering jungle.
Now, make yourself comfortable, Carson. Sally has gone to tell Chaco.
Make yourself comfortable? Not with that ghastly sight opposite.
Oh, yes. The ray's working very well indeed.
I suppose you're quite proud of your score.
Score? I'm afraid I don't follow.
3 planes down, and upwards of 100 innocent people killed.
Well, they would come prying.
Prying?
It appears they were attracted by the smoke and flames as the ray ate up the jungle.
So, for good measure, you turned the ray on the planes.
Oh, my dear fellow, now that we have the secret, we must protect it.
A terrible secret, Grant. How could a man like you come to be mixed up in such a wild scheme?
But it's no wild scheme, it's very real.
But you, a British commander, explorer of note.
Of note, perhaps, but little substance. I found that my jaunts into the backwoods brought me recognition, but little more. Therefore, I started out to explore ways and means by which I could improve my circumstances.
And betrayed friends like Sir Giles Davenport in the course of it all.
Yes, indeed. Perhaps I did.
You, got the final information from the Cossack, of course.
We did. Such a pity that you tracked him down. Chaco was obliged to remove him, I fear.
Chaco's done a lot of removing, all right. But concerning the Cossack, he wasn't able to give us his background and history.
If you'll pardon my saying it, Carson, you're being somewhat stupid.
Stupid? Merely asking about the Cossack?
And all the time edging a little closer to me. Kindly remember that I have this gun very much in readiness. While Chaco is anxious to speak to you, he would not be in the least dismayed should you, like so many others, suddenly be removed.
You don't miss much, Grant.
I know you well enough to keep a very wary eye on things. Those pipes, for instance. Yes, that's why I insisted that Melinda, as we now call Sally, should remove them all.
Yes, feel quite denuded without them.
Then denuded you shall remain. But you were inquiring about the Cossack, poor fellow.
I was. But why, poor fellow?
A misguided soul, devoted his life to the medical care of savages, you know.
Yeah, he did, eh?
Now, don't come any closer, Carson.
Yeah. Charco's taking his time, don't you think?
No doubt Melinda has detained him a little.
Now, that's another point. We've got the young vixen's background, but how did she come to be mixed up with Charco?
Oh, quite a touching story, Carson. But one moment. Oh, yes. Here's Chaco now. Perhaps he will tell you himself. Chaco, this is Undercover Carson.
Chaco was small. He was dark. His eyes were brilliant. Frightening. This was the man who'd returned from Europe after World War II with part of the Deathray secret. The man who'd tracked down all the others. The man who'd left all opposition by the wayside. The freelancers, the representatives of the European powers, and now, it seemed, Carson of the British service.
It would be improper of me to say welcome, Mr. Carson. Yet, at the same time, we have been expecting you.
So Grant was saying. But who signaled you? Nagel?
You would indeed be surprised to learn of the sources from which our information arrives.
Dent, for instance?
Dent? Oh, the Major. Now, what makes you suspect a fellow agent?
Yeah, let it pass.
Oh, but I do not care to let it pass, Mr. Carson. Dent, it seems, left Rio to recuperate from wounds in the Lake District of the Argentine. He did not arrive.
What don't you know?
It could very well be the Major, but on the other hand... But when I entered, you were inquiring about my wife.
I was inquiring about Melinda Cowan.
My wife.
Your wife?
Indeed, Carson. It so happens that I was in London at the time you were being briefed for this assignment and met Melinda. I persuaded her that she could play the leading lady in a drama that would encompass the world and take in all races, all countries.
So, that explains that.
A little more of your picture filled in, old man.
Now look, Charco. What do you hope to gain from this Deathray?
The world.
Then you are crazy.
On the contrary, I have planned my campaign to the last detail. Though I must admit that many quick alterations have been necessary, due most frequently to the efforts of other agents and yourself. But with you out of the way, Mr. Carson, we shall no longer be troubled.
There are others, you know.
Oh, indeed, the new Angelo, and of course, we must not forget the Commander's very good friend.
Sir Giles?
Indeed.
I assure you, the Commander is no longer considered a friend by Sir Giles.
Julius, how very distressing for you. However, Carson, you could throw in everything with us.
Charco, you should know me better than ask such a question.
But you seem to be overlooking something. Nothing can stand up to the ray. Anything that flies towards us will be destroyed at a range that assures us of complete safety. You are a man of ability, Mr. Carson. We could make good use of you.
I care little what you claim, Charco. My only interest now in the Deathray is this: to destroy it.
Such a futile interest, I'm afraid. Julius, there's someone outside. You will see what the consents.
Right away, Chaco.
Now, Mr. Carson, do reconsider your decision. Be well assured of this. When our full company assembles, you will find a number of most agreeable companions.
Aubrey Dent, for instance? Herman Nagel?
Chaco!
One moment, Mr. Carson.
Chaco, a plane, a search plane!
Well, that is only to be expected.
Apparently they've spotted the scorched mountainside.
Indeed, they are close.
Seems that there are other search planes on the job.
They must be destroyed. For the present, Mr. Carson, you will be detained in one of the ancient storerooms of the ruins. Take him away, statue.
Si, senor.
And let us trust he finds the company there stimulating. But now to deal with these search planes.
I struggled, but it was only a waste of effort. Yet another plane was flying to its doom, and there was nothing I could do about it. And if this Deathray was as powerful as Charco claimed, then perhaps world conquest wasn't such a crazy dream after all. But there I was, without even the assistance of one of my pipes, shoved in a black storeroom, the door locked. Then I recalled Charco's remark about some company, and I heard a movement and a familiar voice.
Monsieur Bruce?
Must be raving. Couldn't be.
Monsieur Bruce, it is you.
Faye! Faye Corelli!
Oui.
The places you turn up.
It is not any desire of mine that I turn up in this dreadful place.
I don't understand. How do you come to be here? Why?
I bring it all upon myself, I suppose.
Well, best you do some explaining to pass time away, at least.
Eh bien, it is perhaps time that I explain to you why I act so strange.
Well, I might as well get the full picture, as Grant says.
How I loathe that man. And how I fear Chaco. But remember when first we meet, Monsieur Bruce?
As if I could ever forget. The Black Macaw.
I hasten to your protection because I'm being followed by a man.
So?
But I'm not being followed.
Well, not, eh?
That is all what you call the perpence.
I often wondered about that.
I must become acquainted with you so that I'm able to watch you. And so first come upon the secret of this terrible weapon that now dwells in this place.
And, why must you first come upon the secret? Money?
No, not for myself.
Then what's been driving you?
Love.
Love, you say?
Oui.
Well, better explain further, my dear.
Love for a certain man who must get this secret. He will never be himself unless that is so. Therefore, Monsieur Bruce, I decide to get the secret for him.
And, who might this bird be?
He was known to you, Monsieur Bruce. He was...
What the blazes?
It is the Deathray working.
Killing, you mean? What a monstrous thing it is. There, it stopped. No doubt another plane destroyed. And here we are locked up, helpless. What you were saying, Faye?
First I say that Chaco says he will kill me unless I work in with him.
I knew that. But who...
Please, Monsieur Bruce. So I pretend that I work with him. I even come away here to this hideout with him and that awful Grant and that treacherous Sally that pull the cotton over your eyes.
Wool, my dear, but go on.
He still think I wish to be one of his. When I discovered that this man for whom I have the hopeless love, I discover that he is dead. I tell Chaco and the others what I truly think of them. So now they know, and here I am.
And to persist with the question, Faye, who was the fellow you loved?
You went to school with him, Monsieur Bruce.
Went to school... Not Roger Deauville.
Oui, Roger.
Great Lucifer! I didn't even suspect that you knew him.
We act as if we not know one another.
Deauville and you, Faye. Well, as the full story unravels, I'm certainly getting some surprises.
It is true, then. Roger is dead.
Yes, Faye. Roger is very dead. And I dare say the same fate awaits us. There's the Deathray again. Must be another search plane within range. Yet there's absolutely nothing we can do. Nothing.
Senor!
Monsieur Bruce.
Now, steady, Faye. Who's that?
Angelo!
Angelo? Faye, we're not without friends after all. I'd sent young Angelo back to the landing spot where Herman Nagel had brought down his seaplane. But now he was here, deep in the heart of the ancient ruins. Hope flickered once again in Operation Deathray.